What is going on, everybody? It is me again. It is Horror Fan 34, and welcome to another video, and welcome to day 30 of the 31 Days of Horror Challenge in October. Now that we are on day 30 of the challenge, I figured this would be another cool one to talk about, because I think no one ever brings up this film when it comes to, like, killer kid movies. But I think it's a really cool one, and very, very well done. And has a great cast of people in here. And I know I reviewed the film once before, probably like quite a few years ago, but I don't mind talking about the film again for the 31 Days of Horror because it is part of Halloween season. So that review is going to be on Mikey. And the tagline, remember, Jason and Freddy were kids once too. But yeah, Mikey came out. This was 1992, directed by Dennis Dimster. Now, has a good cast of people. Now, the kid Mikey is Brian Bonzel, little Andy from Family Ties, little Andy Keaton from Family Ties. You also have Josie Bissett, who would later be in Melrose Place. You have Lyman Ward, who is in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and Creature. He's the principal. Ashley Lawrence plays the teacher, who is in Hellraiser. You have John Deal as the adoptive father, who was on Miami Vice and has been a character actor in like smaller films, like small roles in other films. You have Mimi Craven from the original Elm Street. You also have the Mikey, the kid's friend that he made. The friend that he makes is Whit Hertford, who is Jacob in Elm Street 5, the dream child itself. So definitely a good cast of people. And you also have, in a couple scenes here and there, a detective played by Mark Venturini, who is the punker Suicide in Return to the Living Dead, and he was Vic in Friday the 13th Part 5, with the axe. Leave me alone! Because he got offered a chocolate bar and he chopped Joey to pieces. That's Mark Venturini. Sadly, no longer with us anymore. I think he passed away a few years after this film was made, which is sad. But the basic idea with the film is that you have this little kid named Mikey, played by Brian Bonzel, who has the tendencies of a serial killer. And in the very beginning, he kills his family by drowning his little sister in the pool, by throwing her toy in the pool, electrocuting his mom in a hot tub with a hairdryer, and making his dad trip on marbles, and the dad goes through the glass door and he gets beaten to death with a baseball bat. But of course the cops arrive. They think the kid's an innocent victim of a robbery, and then basically he gets put into a new foster family, which is Mimi Craven, John Deal, and that's where you get people like Ashley Lawrence and as the teacher, Lyman Ward as the principal, all these cast of characters. And it starts off normal at first, but then the whole finale becomes a nightmare. And now I think what makes this film work, first off, the cast does a good job, especially Brian Bonzel as Mikey. I thought he did a great job in here. But when it comes to like killer kid films, though, I still think there are much better films. Like I think The Good Son is much better. Because I think Macaulay Culkin is much better. Because I like Macaulay Culkin in that kind of role. But I still think Brian Bonzel did a pretty decent job. And it was cool to see other people in here like Ashley Lawrence and Lyman Ward, John Deal, Mimi Craven, even Mark Venturini, who is the guy in Return to the Living Dead. It was nice to see him in a couple scenes here and there. Wish he was in it more. But the whole like opening is crazy, like how he kills his family, like the little girl being drowned in the pool and the mom being electrocuted in the tub, and pretty crazy stuff. And the whole finale too, what happens with this family, and the teacher and the principal. Like I'm not gonna get into it a whole lot, but I mean, if you like killer kid movies, I think this is definitely another one that you got to check out. And if you like this cast of characters, the one thing that's really good on this Blu-ray from MVD, it has over an hour-long documentary. Now, what's a shame is they don't interview any other cast member except for Brian Bonzel. That's all they interview from the cast. Like, they don't interview Ashley Lawrence. They don't interview the guy that played Mikey's friend, Whit Hertford. They don't interview, like, Lyman Ward. No John Deal. No Mimi Craven. So sadly, they didn't get anybody else from the cast interviewed. But it was still cool they got Brian Bonzel to be interviewed, and the director. But if you like Killer Kid movies, I think this is definitely one that you got to check out. So that's pretty much it for my review for Mikey. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.